birthdays. All right, so yesterday I'm out and about running errands, and I had 3 different people, plus a Facebook post that I saw. So actually 4. Ask me about if I've seen this play, because we like the theater. We like to promote the theater on the show. Going on in Mount Juliet at Playhouse 615, a play called Next to Normal. And these people proceeded to tell me about the play, how great it is. And there's 2 more showings this week, and we need to check it out. So I was like, you know what? I got to get in touch with them. So let's bring on Matt Smith. He's the director of the play Next to Normal. Matt, thanks for joining us. I appreciate your time, buddy.
Good morning, Joe. Thanks for having me.
I tell people all the time, the greatest advertising you could get is word of mouth, and people are talking about this play Next to Normal. Matt, tell me about this play.
Well, first, I didn't know it was National Pancake Day, so you might have changed my schedule a little bit. But yeah, so this is let's start with the hard stuff. It's PG-13 for language and drug use, and it's got some potential triggers for grief, suicide, and drug abuse. But getting beyond that, it's a wonderful exploration of the American family. It's got 36 original songs. The cast is phenomenal. We're doing it with a live band, and it's also a lot of fun. It's genuinely funny. There's a little sort of teenage rom-com built into it. There's kind of something for everybody. The New York Times called it a feel everything musical, and that is 100% true. So it's been just heartwarming and kind of amazing to see the reaction of people who have seen it, because not only do they genuinely enjoy the live music and the really great performances and kind of the way the whole thing flows and all that, but I think a lot of people are connecting with things that they've experienced, not only in their lives and families, but even over the last couple of years, with the isolation and grief that they've gone through with COVID and all of that kind of thing. So there's a lot, but it's also a lot of fun to watch.
I think sometimes, Matt, you made a great point. For the disclaimer at the beginning about the play, just not going to go see, you're not going to see Mary Poppins, obviously.
True.
But sometimes I think being uncomfortable in a way helps us grow. And the more you talk about that, the more I read about this, I think it's kind of a win-win for everybody that goes and sees this play.
I agree. And, and speaking to audience members after the shows, even there was one gentleman who came last week or a couple of weeks ago. And at the end, he was obviously visibly very emotional. And he said to me, this was really hard for me, but I am so glad I came. And that's kind of been a takeaway, a lot. You're going to need your tissues. You'll laugh and cry and feel everything, but I think it's an important conversation to have, because it deals with mental health and with a woman who struggles with bipolar disorder and kind of trying to keep her family together and keep all the plates in the air spinning and everything. And but it's also about hope and light and where we can get to if we have an honest conversation about it.
Perfect way of putting that. I got to think rehearsal for this. Was rehearsal not difficult, meaning, everybody coming together, but in the emotion, the raw emotion that they had to put forth every single night? You must have some very talented actors and actresses in this play.
Oh, they are amazing. I like to tell people, once the show was cast, I came to the first read through and said, okay, well, my job is done. I'll see you opening night. And that's not quite true, but really, this cast has been they're not only just amazingly talented singers and performers and actors, but they are genuinely caring human beings. We've had a wonderful chemistry amongst the cast. We actually had Brian Sullivan, who's handling our PR, interviewed each one of the cast members and told me afterwards that every single one of them at some point during the interview broke down a little bit.
Wow.
Because it is, it is heavy stuff. It is very emotional. And it is, like I said, there are a lot of themes in this show that I think resonate with people. And I think everyone has either gone through something similar in their lives or had a family member who has struggled with mental illness, and some of the other, issues that are dealt with in the show. But the rehearsal process has just been a huge learning experience for me, and a really wonderful experience, just getting to know all these great folks who really just want to work together to tell an important story as well and beautifully as they possibly can.
Well, what a great job of putting that together. Nothing to take away from a play like Mamma Mia or Aladdin or plays like that, but doing a play like this has a director. Do you have to reach within yourself something extra deep, extra special to put this all together? Because again, not saying those other plays are easy, because I know all the hard work and dedication you got to have, but this is kind of off the beaten path a little bit, man. I think it's got to be, as a director, you got to even look within yourself, like, and I got to bring it each and every night.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. They challenged me to do that by the questions they asked, and by the ideas that they were bringing to the table. It was a true collaboration. Not to mention the fact that this show is, the way that it flows. It's not here's a scene in the living room and then lights out, and then here's a scene in the,
Right.
at the bar or whatever. It really just flows. There are very few pauses. The scenes go, into each other. 36 songs. I mean, it's just, there's always something going on. So we had to kind of physically transform the theater too, because this show is usually done with vertical levels. You've got a lot of levels and things going on in different places. We didn't have that here, so we had to expand the playing space in the theater. We built a band deck, 4 feet off the ground to put the live band on. We knocked down walls. We had to get really, really creative with the way that we're using the space and lighting the space and having people move within it and everything. So yeah, it's a huge, huge challenge, but so rewarding to see what these storytellers have done with it.
Oh my goodness!
I get to sit back and watch it now.
2 more showings, Thursday and Saturday. Let me ask you this, Matt. Take off your director hat for a moment. Put on the community theater hat. Why does community theater matter?
Oh, it matters for so many reasons. It matters because it gives people a place to express their artistic proclivities. It gives I think young people a place to learn how to be part of a community and work together and create. It encourages creativity, and it allows people to come see stories that they can relate to. It's there's a thousands and thousands of years old tradition among human beings about storytelling in a community setting, right?
Yeah.
If you're sitting around a campfire sharing stories from your ancestors, or if you're in a community theater doing silly stuff on stage, it's about connection. It's about telling our stories, and it's about being heard. It's about people showing up and watching something that's not only entertaining, but that speaks to the things that they're going through in life, that kind of thing. So it's, telling stories to people who need their stories to be told.
That is a perfect answer, Matt. Thank you. Again, the website, playhouse615.com. 2 more plays, Thursday and Saturday. And I'm going to try to get out there Saturday night and see this, because I tell you, when 3 people come up to me, different people that don't know me and individually and don't know each other, tell me about how great this play is, you're doing something well, Matt. So thank you for your time, and I hope we pack the house Thursday and Saturday, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Yes, sir. Matt Smith, Playhouse 615, the play Next to Normal. Again, we love community theater.